Are you messaging one of them? Or should I?
I sent Oni a message.
Yep.
So we are seeing the Leona ban come out again from Elyon.
There we go. Oni's out, so we're good. Yep, we got the Echo ban again and the Leona ban, both on the same side, so no real change there. I mean, it makes sense for the Leona with how they were able just to layer. They were able to throw out so much CC with the Ornn, which is now gone, and the Ashe.
So now we'll see, do they take the Ashe off the table, or do they leave it open and sacrifice that for something a little stronger?
Yeah. Mordekaiser again. So
Mordekaiser taken down again.
They're once again aiming after Spazzy's champion pool.
So now you may see the Volibear picked up. And that's weird. That's Bubblegum banning Warwick. I guess they didn't plan on playing on it. On playing it, and they just didn't want to see it picked up by spirits. So
and now they're going with the Ezreal, who they did hover last game, I'm pretty sure.
That was Bubblegum hovered the Ezreal.
Oh, yep. Alright, wrong side. So they're going with
the Thresh picked up again.
Yeah, which does make sense. The Thresh was able to go off the Ashe ults and make plays very well down there. So it works. They'll have it again. Even with Ezreal being a much safer ADC than Kog'Maw, having that bot lane the exact same works just so well for them.
Yeah, we're hoping to see big plays out of this bot lane. They did so well last game. ISO was incredible on the Ashe, so we'll see whether they can do it again.
But once again, going with the Lulu and the Shen, so it almost looks like a protect the ADC comp, but I don't think Ezreal is strong enough just because he's, yes, very, very strong early game, but with him going Kleptomancy and the fact that he falls off naturally later in game, it's just going to be a huge risk.
They
especially since
take the Orianna away as well.
Yeah. So it's just very confusing from EG what they're actually going for right now. Unless the Ezreal's a jungle.
I'd like to
or
see
mid laner,
but I don't think it's as strong as it once was. I know it's gotten a lot weaker.
I don't think so too, but like as a mid laner at least makes some sense, but then they're losing the CC from what was Orianna for the protect an ADC comp. But we'll find out soon. So yeah, once again, they're banning for the top lane. They don't want Spazzy being on anything he is comfortable with.
Yeah,
they're probably going to throw his 4th ban at him as well.
They'll either do that or they'll throw one towards the jungle. But likely the top lane, because Spazzy played so well last game that he was able to just carry the game through the top lane.
Yeah, and Call Me Daddy just didn't really have any presence for most of the game. And they're banning MF, so I think they don't think this Ezreal is in a bot lane position.
It's going to be the Sejuani taken off the table. Very late in the ban phase. Surprised that neither team opted into picking that up.
Yeah, the ult would be very nice to have for either. Just because like Bubblegum has enough CC and enough engage with the Ashe ult. But just having that as an extra backup just makes it so much better. Scion.
So it's going to be the Scion picked up on the side of Bubblegum.
Well, so they're
pretty much see it be one of those full 80 Scions, but
I don't think they're going for lethality Scion.
It's just what I hope for, man. A caster can dream.
I don't blame you, but like if you just look at what they have, Ashe ults in, Scion starts charging at what Ashe hits. With a ball on them.
It is going to be the Kog'Maw Lulu again, so that Ezreal is either jungle or mid. We'll see with this last pick where
I'm gonna guess
be situated.
Mid, but no, it's a jungle.
It is a jungle Ezreal.
That is questionable. Just because their only CC on that team is Shen and Lulu, and their only engage is Shen, but Shen is supposed to be a secondary engager. He doesn't have anything to actually start a fight. He has something to continue the fight or do a backup CC.
Yeah, that's gonna be a Maokai picked up on the side of Bubblegum, and it's looking like it's Scion jungle the way they're trading around here.
Who knows? It might be. I used to play Scion jungle. I do that all the time on my Smurf. It's fun. It's one of the best things ever, just because of how much HP he gets. But yeah, they're going with Scion jungle, and yeah. But just by the looks of this, I would say Bubblegum wins, just because of how much CC they do have.
Not only that, they have 2 super tanks and an off tank, whereas EG sort of just has the Shen. You know, he gets pretty tanky. And then Vladimir, I guess he's sort of a tank due to all the health he gets back from all of his abilities.
Yeah, he's a quite good drain tank, and his ult works well with the Kog'Maw just because it is a % damage increase. I just don't understand how they plan to start any fights, because they have nothing unless you want Vlad to like flash in with the Shen ult on him. They have nothing.
It'll be their main engage has to be the Vladimir. He has to do exactly what you just said. He has to get into their team with the Shen ultimate onto him.
Yeah. So there's no way that they can actually start a fight that'll work well for them. They're pretty much just going to get engaged upon and have to counter that with the Shen ult on top of Kog'Maw. And the Ezreal like eing away to be safe. But the issue with that is their only disengage is Lulu ult, which, granted, great in disengage, but I don't think they have enough for how much CC and how much engage is on the side of Bubblegum, just because Maokai and Scion and Ashe ult.
Yeah,
every single one.
Maokai can get in there with an Orianna ball on top of him onto a priority target. That's gonna be a very tough fight for EG to turn around.
Yeah. Like if Maokai builds something like Righteous Glory second item, there's no way that any of them are going to get away from him.
I'd like to see a prioritize a Righteous Glory, like a rush.
Yeah, that's why I say second item, because first item he might need help with the Shen. But either one works. I would just personally prefer it on second item.
Yeah. I think maybe a Bommies into a Righteous Glory out of the Maokai could be something we see.
Yeah, that would work well.
Because then he doesn't have to sacrifice the time that it would take to finish a Sunfire, and he can still wave clear with the Bommies and his Q fairly easily and match Shen's clear.
Yeah, and it'll also help for his damage when if he jumps on someone. The Bommies will just add to it, and just make it so he can actually be more of a threat. So they actually have to focus him instead of just completely ignoring him, which is almost the risk with the Scion, just because his only real big damaging ability is the Q, which just takes so much time to charge up.
Scion is one of those champions where he'll go in, and the second he dies, it'll disperse the team fight, because they have to kite that, because that is, in my opinion, the best way Scion does damage is when he's dead.
Yes, unless you get a full charge Q, and then you're good anyway, because that thing has the highest AD ratio in the entire game.
And that's why I want to see full AD Scion.
Yes.
Please, Daddy, give me full AD Scion.
Also, a nice thing about Scion jungle in specifically is that he gets Cinder Hulk, which is a % HP increase, when his own W passive is HP every time he kills something.
Yeah, it's the way Scion builds in the jungle and stacks the HP is absolutely insane. It's so easy for him to build extra HP, because once he does get that Cinder Hulk and he has this W passive stacking, he's just constantly clearing waves, so he's constantly getting more and more HP. He gets it from the passive on his W, and then that adds on top of his Cinder Hulk HP as well.
Yep. So yeah, he'll just become what he always is. It's just a huge HP monster, but it'll just be scaling forever. Also, jungle monsters, the large one gives him 10 HP. So that's quite good. He actually gains more HP being a jungler than he does being a top laner.
And I'd like to see him start shield so that he instantly starts stacking.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a Q start.
Yes. Shield is just the active on it is just completely useless as a jungler just because it pops within 2 attacks. But we'll see what happens.
All right, getting into game 2. Here we go. If they load in.
We just gotta wait for that. It's not that big. Shouldn't be too much longer. There we go.
On to the Rift for game number 2 of Bubblegum versus EG.
Just so we sync up right, can you count down to the 15 timer? Just so we make sure
12,
we're right.
13, 14. Oh, hold on. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Okay, we good. I was just a little bit ahead again. Not nearly as much as last time, though.
Yeah, you were a couple of seconds last time.
So it seems like they're going for an invade this time, which is what I thought they should have done last game, but if this works...
4-man stack in a bush. They may try and catch the Ezreal trying to get a ward or something. It's the 5-man stack in the bush, and they are going to try
now they're moving forward. Now that's
something off here.
Question is, will they go for the blind hook? They're not. Now will they go for it?
Ezreal having a burn flash instantly to get away from that, but they're going to keep it going. Just get a little bit of vision to know that he does start red.
Yeah. And there is no real threat because I don't think they have the damage level 1 to follow up on anything. So Thresh's Q should be pretty much back up right now. So they have all the presence if they wanted to force something. They obviously decide not to, but I think they actually could have and stolen that buff just because they have so much more damage level 1.
Yeah, and Ezreal, he has to kite his camps around, so it takes him a while to do those early, like, first clear kind of camps. And it'll be interesting to see his path. Yeah.
So Sion goes Q first in the jungle, which does make sense. He only loses 10 HP for not killing red with his W passive. He should be going W second, though, just because to immediately start stacking on it.
Now this is Ezreal going into Sion's jungle. He has been spotted out on a ward that was placed by Orianna. And
now they're immediately just going to follow up. I think Orianna went in there a little too early.
A lot of damage coming down from that Ezreal. A bad trade for Orianna for her to be going in like that and having to burn that barrier so early.
And that also stopped Sion from killing Grump because he was starting it, taking damage, fighting it, and then had to leave just because Ezreal's presence.
Yeah, that was very well played by the Ezreal. He was able to just go in, get some early damage on that Orianna, burn the barrier, and sort of disrupt Sion in the jungle. But Sion is a lot better at clearing these multi-creep camps than Ezreal, so he does have a bit of a CS lead.
Yeah, his Q pretty much just clears out everything, and yeah. Also, I think you're missing the outline for the actual game because people don't know what side Bubblegum is on.
What?
You're missing the overlay, I think.
I don't have an overlay for endgame.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Yeah. I thought there was one. Never mind then.
We only have overlay for lobby. They're working on everything else.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't watching.
Quick engage out of the bottom lane from Bubblegum. Having to burn the flash on the Kog'Maw early is something Sion isn't really going to be able to really do anything about due to the fact that he doesn't really have any gank presence until 6.
Yeah, Sion can't do anything but like a lane gank that you completely don't see coming and then charge Q in a bush. That's his only gank. And it is terrible. I've tried it a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for him to do anything until 6. So I think at this point his best chance is push for 6 and then get one of those I'm running down lane, you don't know which one.
Yeah, his level 6 ganks scare everyone.
That's
Just
gonna be
because
him
no
missing
one knows.
everything. And
As Ezreal's just taking his jungle.
and that's gonna be Ezreal coming in to meet him. And that's gonna be Daddy burning flash, but he's gonna almost get the knockup. Great pull out of that. Vlad, and this is Lulu getting hooked in, flayed, polymorph onto the Ashe. A lot of damage coming down onto the side of EG. There's both heals burned. And this is Ashe flashing over the wall for more damage on the Kog'Maw. This is gonna be first blood going over to Ashe, but Ezreal's down here to see if he can fix that.
That flash was just very surprising. I don't think anyone on EG was expecting that at all, just because Ashe could have just killed Lulu. She had a straight line on Lulu. There was no reason to flash over and be in a position where Lulu and Kog could technically almost 2v1 her if Lulu flashed directly towards Ashe.
Yeah, that was that flash threw me off as well, so you can't see anyone from EG expecting that.
Yeah.
But good trades out of Spazzy in the top lane. He did get Shen into a bush and was able to get the stronger sapling onto him. Now Doom Rider finding himself a little bit behind again in CS. The same thing happened last game, and we're looking to see whether he can fix that CS. Maybe with some help from the Scion to burn some summoners out of that Vlad, but we'll see how it happens to turn out here.
Yeah. And top lane was once again getting priority. He's also like 10. He's right now like 15 CS ahead of the Shed. And now with the minion wave taking tower, if he pushes it just a little bit farther, it will work well because his entire wave will be hitting turrets. But instead he goes to ward, which does make sense because they haven't seen the Ezreal in a while.
Yeah, he does take the safe route. He places the ward so that he's able to, now if he wants to, push it right into turret. And if he does push that into turret, it will reset. But we have Scion coming mid again at level 4. That's going to be easily dodged from Pablo. The smite. Oh, but Ezreal's here to turn it around, and that's going to be Scion probably going down.
Yeah.
Orianna ultimate onto 2 into the turret. Orianna picking up 1 for herself. And that's going to be Scion for Vlad.
I'm surprised they held that ult for so long.
But Spritz able to turn that around. I don't know why Orianna was chasing the way she was. Questionable play with Doom Rider.
She chased for a while with absolutely no mana, went back, started auto-attacking a few, and then just ends up getting killed for it. But like, in that play, they had the Orianna ult, and they had Scion charging Q, and Vlad right next to it. So if they had put the ball in Sion's Q and ulted the Vlad into it, the Vlad was dead so much sooner.
Yeah, and that would have been definitely a different outcome. That could have been a 1-for-0 for sure. But this is Spritz just all over Daddy's jungle, not letting him get anything here.
Oh, that Q almost hitting Ezreal.
Just missing. Now this is going to be Vladimir going in against 3 by himself, but they are all very low. And Ezreal comes in, picks up Jibs and Bits, and this is going to be the 5-man bot lane. But
that was a lot of damage from the Ezreal.
A little ambitious from the Shen ult on that one. Now, that's top lane pushing very hard.
Their engage style might actually be Ezreal ease in with the Shen ult.
Yeah, that's the way it's starting to look. Ezreal's been eating in quite a bit here. He's playing very aggressive.
I mean, he does have the damage early to do that, even with just one single longsword. But it will, if they catch it out once, it will get punished as soon as Maokai's in the fight with them.
Yeah, once they have that Maokai joining the fight, the Ezreal won't be as confident to jump in like that. The Thresh hook was down, the Thresh flay was down. It was a very low bubblegum. So they were able to, the hook from Thresh, that's going to be exhaust onto ISO, ultimate onto Lulu, the heal to give them a little bit more speed and keep Jibs and Bits alive. That's going to be a 1-for-0 in the bot lane again.
Yeah, once again, they hit level 6, they can start the fight. They don't need Thresh to be level 6 as long as Ashe can do it. They're probably looking for that, and then they just happened to get lucky enough that H2O Buffaloes just was in a bad position.
Yeah, Thresh able to sort of bend that hook around the minion. I didn't expect it to land.
I don't think anyone did.
Very well placed from the Thresh to just avoid that minion and get onto the Lulu.
Yeah, as we see Maokai trying to poke down Shen with his Q just to try and make him so he doesn't even want to go near minions. But just because he not able to do it too much, but the sapling does punish Shen more, so I think the Shen's going to have to back now.
Ezreal is in the top side though, so we could see something where Ezreal goes top to help his Shen out.
Yep, that's the most likely idea, but right now Shen can't get any minions. He's too low, because he needs Grasp the Endang to start. He needs to start a fight for a while for Grasp to proc. So there's no chance that he's going to heal from Grasp. He can't go anywhere.
Getting caught out in the jungle, getting very low here. Orianna's shield's going to keep him alive though.
Yep. But Sion does have the ult, so I actually want Sion to back right now.
And then ult into a lane.
Ult down, I want to say bot lane, depending on when Ashe's ult comes back.
I don't think he can really go anywhere other than bot lane at this point. The Vladimir is able to easily just pool and avoid all of the damage from the Sion and send him flying right past him. The Shen can dash out of it.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of escapes in the top and the mid lane that you want to take it bot, especially since your Ashe is 2-0 at this point.
Yeah, and they have the, if need be, they have the Ashe ult, and they can get Thresh to technically flash in Flay just to make sure that the Sion ult hits.
Yeah, they have a lot of gank assistance in the bot lane. They do have the Maokai. He is able to lock the Shen down if he does it at the right time when Daddy is on his way up there.
Yep.
But we'll see how things turn out where he decides to take that first ultimate.
It looks like it's going top, but I'm not sure why he's going through the river.
Yeah, he should be coming through lane at this point. I think he's just trying to get a little bit of vision.
Yeah, but he's getting spotted out by the... He got spotted out by the ward that's right near the top lane. But now he's going to go to assist mid. So he might do the horizontal Sion ult. I would expect it in like 2-ish seconds.
If he does it, he has to do it before that Vlad pool comes back up.
Yep, but they seem like they're deciding not to do it, which is disappointing. But now he's going to get poked at by the Ezreal. As they're engaging
in landing onto the Kog'Maw, but that's Jibs and Bits getting very low. Maokai is in the bot lane to help out. Shen ulting on. And that's Ice, Spazzy Banana picking up one for himself, and that looks like it might be Kleenex going down as well. But he's going to burn the flash. Spazzy Banana going to take him down anyway. And the root, Spazzy Banana picks up 3 in the bot lane.
That was a great TP from Spazzy.
He's able to get in behind. He throws the ultimate, lands it on all 3 of them, and just keeps his laners safe. And Jibs and Bits didn't even die.
No, like Jibs should have almost. I want to say that he should have, but just because he got polymorphed, he was getting hit by the cog. But he ends up just queuing the cog and flashing out. And they didn't even actually burn heal. ISO still has heal.
So that's Daddy getting very low, but it's going to be first turret going over to Bubblegum once again. Spazzy Banana making these amazing plays to sort of get the game rolling for his team.
Very much so. Like, he is definitely, so far, like, the pinnacle of their team. He's just helping them out so much with everything that he's done.
Yeah, it's been a very good play out of Spazzy Banana so far this series. Hopefully it will continue on into the mid and late game. This is going to be his turret going down, but I don't think he's that worried about it because he's able to just free farm now.
I mean, he's also 40 CS above the Shen. The Shen's not going to be able to match the CS at all, and the wave's pushing with against him. So that means he technically could almost freeze it.
Yeah, he could get a freeze here. He's 40 CS up, but not only that, he's 3-0.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he is super far ahead at this point. He's got his finished Sunfire cape.
he's 1,500 gold ahead.
And see, this
Like-
is where I question Shen's build. He
Well-
went bombies for the and then the specters. At this point, you want to be tanky and help your bottom lane. I think you're not going to be able to match the top lane. You're so far behind already. You want to be able to get in there and be that menacing tank to help your team out.
I don't think he was, because he did buy Bomby Cinder first, I'm pretty sure. I wasn't overly paying attention. But, like, if he gets Bomby Cinders first, that makes sense because he's trying to push and trying to match at that time. But then he fell behind, and he tried to get the Spectre's Cowl just to live against the Maokai.
Yeah, he was getting poked down very hard, so I guess I do understand it.
Yeah.
So we're getting quite a bit of good trades here. That's going to be the hook landed onto Pablo. He's going very low. The ultimate brings him back up. That's going to be Jibs and Bits going down, but this is ISO in the backline just free firing. He's going to have to burn his heal, take down the Kog'Maw. Kleenex going down on the top lane too. And that's going to be Kog'Maw picking it back up onto the Ashe. Fuck
The
you.
Ashe ended up in a bad position there, getting stuck in the little pathway instead of getting anywhere close to the turret.
Yeah, that was she was in a great position at the start of the fight, but once her tanks went down, they all turned onto her.
Yeah,
the exhaust went down. Had the exhaust not come down, she probably could have burned down all 3 members of EG right there on her own. She does have the Runins. She did have the Q passive up, and she was dealing a lot of damage there.
Yeah, and like Pablo Pepperoni should have died. Like, it was just a very, very close ult by H2 Buffaloes to keep him alive long enough to pool. Honestly, he should be dead.
Yeah, very, very good ultimate out of Buffaloes. He did Pepperini did land an ult onto 3 members of Bubblegum, so he was able to heal up quite a bit of health after he had pooled, and it was able to keep him in the fight for that much longer.
Yep. And now they got Rift Herald and they gave it to the Maokai just so that when he does... Actually, they're going mid. They're going to use it immediately mid. I do not agree with this, because Shen has ult.
That's going to be...
Oh,
that's going to be a great CC chain. Shen ultimate not going to matter. That's going to be the Maokai ultimate going in, trying to CC the Kog'Maw. He's going to get caught out. The ultimate of the Lulu, but he's going to go down as well. ISO picking up another one for himself. The Threshold onto the Ezreal, and that's Call Me Daddy getting a little too over-aggressive and going down for himself.
so I'm very confused what the Kog'Maw was doing there. As soon as the Vlad died, Kog should have left. There was nothing in front of him. That just let Spazzy literally just ult, get the speed up from Spazzy's ult, and just walk in, W, and kill Skylancer. Skylancer just looked like he was just trying to auto-attack, which doesn't make sense. He just did not respect what Maokai can do.
Yeah, he was burned down very fast. No Shen ultimate to keep him alive. He tried to save Pablo after he got caught by the Ashe ult. It didn't help him at all, and tough hit to EG from Bubblegum here.
Yeah, they were lucky enough that Call Me Daddy made a questionable decision in ulting in, because he ended up hitting no one.
I don't think that was the question. I think the fact that he wasn't able to push off to the side in order to hit someone, had he not hit the turret, I think it would have been all right.
Yeah, but it's very hard to control. I mean, like, and the first turret wasn't down yet, so it didn't hurt the turret like it normally does. So he didn't even actually gain that small benefit that most people don't know about from Sion ult.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, they see the Vladimir, so they ain't gonna. They're just gonna push wave, and they should be sending someone else bot. I know
5-man bots from EG here.
Spazzy's coming down. Now they're reacting, but it's just slow. And why did they Ashe ult right there?
I think they might have wanted to engage, but they didn't have the tools to do that.
I mean, there was no one around to follow up. No matter
Yeah.
what that Ash Arrow did, it was nothing. Also, now they've trapped 4 members.
Oh, this
These
is
guys are
Ezreal getting
dead.
hit by the hook, and that's a dead Ezreal. It's Shockwave onto 2. Pablo getting brought back up by the Lulu ult, but that's going to be Buffalo's going down as well. Pablo going to be soon to follow. ISO seeing if he can kite it out, and he will, but he does get taken out by Airy. This is going to be Kleenex trying to see if he can get away. The flash burned. Great turnaround on the 5-man, what was supposed to be an ambush out of EG. Becomes a 2-for-1. 3-for-1 for Bubblegum.
I'm just confused why they didn't leave a ward there. They were leaving that bush. They knew people were going to it. But now Shen is going in. He can't take this.
And this
he can't
is the
even
ultimate coming out of Daddy onto Skylancer. He's getting very low. This is going to be Daddy going a little too far once again, and this may cost him his life. He is going to go down. Skylancer picking up one more for himself.
Yeah, like, they almost should have just, like, focused fired the Shen down.
And Vlad just burned his TP. He
Oh,
teleported
yeah.
to the tier 2 turret.
That, okay.
That was questionable use of the summoner there. They do have inside tracked on Baron due to the fact that jungler for Bubblegum is down for another 5
And they
seconds.
have no vision on it. They're gonna sneak this, and no one's gonna know.
Oh, they placed a ward down that's been blocked. They know now it's being pinged out.
Yeah, but it's too late.
It's too late. Unless we get the sneaky W from ISO here. He does get the vision, but that's going to be Baron Nashor going over to EG. Great call from them to capitalize on the fact that Daddy went too far into the inhib turret.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's actually really going to slow them down. They are 3k ahead, and as we said at the beginning, EG just has no way to start fights. Even with Baron, all they can do is poke a little bit, but eventually they will catch that Ezreal throwing Qs.
Yeah, eventually something will go wrong for EG, but we're hoping to see them able to push maybe a couple of waves out, stall for a little bit of time, get that Kog'Maw up to that Runins, and get him dealing a lot of damage.
Yeah. That's pretty much really their only option right now is just stall, which is really such a shame with Baron and 3 Ocean Drakes with Kog'Maw and Ezreal, because both of them should be loving the double Ocean just because that means they can spam all their abilities always.
Not only that, if there is any return poke from the Ashe, they just heal it right back up.
Yeah. I mean, I would almost say the Orianna is more likely to poke just because she can throw the ball around there. But, yeah. And now they're setting up a death bush. But what? For the dragon.
So they're setting up around the Infernal Drake. We're going to see whether they decide to go on in here. And that's going to be an ultimate out of the Ezreal. A little over-eager. That's going to be Shen getting caught up by the ultimate out of the Ashe. This is going to be a big fight. Spazzy Banana into the backline. Orianna Shockwave instantly deletes Ezreal. And that Skylancer getting very low. He's going to go down, followed by Spazzy Banana, but that's going to be Pablo Pepperoni going down as well. This Ashe is just in the backline free-firing. And that's
so
a 5-for-1, and they're going to take this Infernal Drake. Daddy needs to be very careful here, though.
No, the Thresh will tank it. It'll be fine. But, like, what? The Cog was not kiting.
No, Kog'Maw was just standing there. Ezreal as well, throwing Qs in, but Orianna landed a gorgeous shockwave onto both of the squishies, which is exactly what they need to do to win this game.
Like, there was a slight delay there when, like, Spazzy W'd in. Perfectly good. But, like, he should not have been able to get that W because they should have been backing up. They should have been kiting.
They should have been trying to get out. Once you see that Ezreal go down, you need to back off. Once it's a 4v5, you need to get out of there.
Oh god, they're overstaying.
This is a little bit of an overstay coming out of Bubblegum here, and they're going to pay. Yeah. That's going to be 3 going down instantly. And
even before the Ezreal died, they should have been backing off just to get the kiting down. Just because, yeah, it was just bad communication, and, like, they were just standing there. As a support person, it bugs me when I just see ADCs and stuff like that standing there and not expecting to just get insta-killed. Anyway, they're going to be pushing mid now. And they should be able to get this quite easily.
This is a free tier 2 here. But we do have Spazzy Banana looking for the engage from behind. Deciding not to go for it here. That's Spazzy Banana maybe going to choose to go in here, but the ultimate out of Spazzy Banana, are they going to be able to pick up the Ezreal? He's going to burn his flash. That's going to be an ultimate dodged by Pablo. Very well timed.
Oh, the Ashe flashes for the
slow. That's going to be Pablo going down. Very well played. Maybe
they use
a bit of an aggressive use for your flash, but this is inside track on mid. They don't have any minions with them though, so they can't even take this turret.
They left the minions behind. They burned 2 flashes for that, but they have top lane minions, so they do have that.
But they don't. EG was able to get back in the time that it took for these minions to get here.
Yeah, I don't think that was a good play at all.
That's going to be Shen getting caught up by the Thresh hook. He's going to dash and taunt 2. The Lulu knockup onto 3. Orianna in the front line getting taken down by the Ezreal, but that's going to be Shen having to flash away. He's going to ult onto the Kog'Maw, interrupted, and he's going to live. And that's going to be Spazzy Banana getting very low and going down. ISO getting taken down as well. Skylancer just free firing here. But this is going to be Skylancer going down. A very odd fight chosen from Bubblegum here. That's almost a clean ace. The 5 for 2.
Yeah, so the start of the fight was good because Shen didn't have his W. They just immediately put him in, and they can focus fire him. But Spazzy should have been in a position that he can get the Lulu and push her away a little bit so she can't ult. Because that ult, I think, hit 4 or 5 people.
It knocked up 4 people.
Orianna
was in a very bad position for herself, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it stopped all the damage follow-up on Kleenex for a while. So he was able to get his passive back up so he has a shield, and get out. And then they just kept going farther in under tower when there's just a Kog'Maw just sitting there and shooting. Pretty much after the Lulu ult, they almost should have just backed away.
Yeah, that a little bit of an over chase out of Bubblegum here. Maybe a little bit of inexperience from the shot caller.
Yeah.
To not call that off, but
I mean that would have been a hard call because you have their tank low running away. They have no CC. You feel like you can do it, but
at this point in the game, under an inhib turret, not just a turret, an inhib turret, I don't know. It's hit or miss, really. I think they juggled the turret aggro wrong. I believe it ended up on ISO at one point, so he went down very quickly. And
that would not surprise me because they're playing mid lane. They had Doom Rider tanking the turret, which obviously not the best idea for an Orianna. And now they're setting up for the Baron, which makes sense. But can they kill?
And this is going to be ISO going down. ISO doing a lot of damage. He's going to dodge the taunt, and this is going to be Shen getting caught out as well. But you got 4 members of EG here to help out.
But it doesn't matter. It's a Maokai. He's just going to live forever.
And Maokai opting to go back in and chase this down. Daddy with the ultimate misses everybody. But this is Pablo getting caught out. He's going to go down. ISO picking up another one for himself. And this is Baron.
Wait. That play really should have been better, the one that they were trying to kill ISO with. Shen has ult. You have Ezreal that's eing into the Ashe. So he should have ulted the Ezreal, and then as he's eing in, Shen pops out, and then Shen taunts, and it's a killing Ashe, and it's a win. Instead, Spritz just seemed to be like, I can definitely 1v1 this Ashe, and just tries and dies for it.
But this is a 3-item Ashe at this point. You're not going to 1v1 her with a Trinity Force and a Duskblade.
She's 3,000 up at this point from the Ezreal.
Yeah, this a questionable call at EG, and it looks like that seems to be the theme here. Is just questionable calls coming up from each team, causing this game to go back and forth a little bit.
Also, has Sion hit an ultimate once?
He has landed one.
Okay.
There has been
Just
one.
wondering, because I've all the ones that I can think of, pretty much have all been misses.
Yeah, he did land one onto the Kog'Maw.
Oh, okay.
So now ISO has gotten that blue, and Orianna just jumps over the wall to notice that it's gone.
Yep. And now they're doing what they should be doing and pushing bot. They have Sion's ult, so if they match them, they should immediately ult in with Sion.
Not only that, they've got Maokai pushing in the top lane. Shen can't really clear those Baron creeps very effectively.
Not at all. Like
and
Maokai. Yep.
And he can't match the Maokai's damage at this point. That's gonna be a hook onto Pablo, and he's gonna get ulted. He's gonna Zanya's a shockwave on two members, brings both the squishies in. That's gonna be a Shen ult coming in on top of the Lulu. Call Me Daddy looks like he's gonna go down. Oh, they just take out the turret. And this is going to be Spazzy Banana taking the top turret for free. He doesn't even have to worry about Shen.
Yeah, whoever TP'd first in the top lane lost that. Because they both have too much CC. Shen's not going to taunt early, or shouldn't. He just Maokai just has so much that whoever tries to TP first will get interrupted.
There's another hook onto Spritz. That's going to be him going down, and H2O Buffalo to follow. And the top inhib is going down as well. Now they're going to take the bottom inhib, and this game is broken open. This is a 7k gold lead for Bubblegum.
Jibs and Bits is just starting all these fights perfectly. Every time they go into poke, Thresh's Q just is so long ranged, they actually can't outrange it. So they just get hit by it and die, because what else can they do?
Yeah,
and now they got the...
Very well played by Jibs and Bits so far this game.
And they got 3 turrets and an inhib off that. So now they're going to spend a lot of money, get even stronger, and then probably push it down bot, I would say, just to get that inhib. Also, Ashe now has the Mortal Reminder, so now...
Vladimir's not going to be healing nearly as much as he would normally be.
Same with the Shen, who bought a Tiamat. I mean... It helps with wave clear, but at this point it's too late for you, man.
Yeah, if he wanted to go Tiamat, he had to get it first item.
He also had to get lane dominance at all. He's just been so far behind the entire time that Tiamat just doesn't make sense. Titanic Hydra is not going to help you really at this point. It's not going to help you live, and that's
and that's what he needs to be doing at this point. He just needs to live in order for his carries. Like, this is a Kog'Maw with Wit's End, Rageblade, and a Runins. Should he be able to free hit, that's a one team fight immediately.
Yeah.
If he's able to just stand in the back line firing with the Lulu Ardent sensor on him, he's got the lethal tempo, he can surpass the attack speed limit, he can just deal so much damage in such a short amount of time that should be their priority.
Yep.
ISO having to burn his flat heal to stay alive from against Spritz. That's going to be him yeeing away from the Maokai. And this is what they need. This is what they need. Kog'Maw dealing so much damage already to this front line.
Yeah, but so that was a bad decision by Spazzy Banana for like the first time this series. And going in way too far with the ult and stuff. But it doesn't matter because EG just has no CC. They have no way to keep him there. He just can walk out, because what are they going to do? They poke him down, but Thresh ults, and they just keep walking. They just have no CC. They have no way to force a fight.
Yeah, at this point, it's going to take a miracle for EG to find something that wins them this game. Ashe is going to have to die before the fight even starts. And then...
Ashe or Orianna, or both.
And then Skylancer's gonna have to be protected enough for him to free fire from the back line.
Yeah, so they're pretty much almost relying completely on Kleenex to keep him Kleenex and H2 Buffalo to keep him alive, which is not enough.
No,
I don't think so.
With all the CC that Bubblegum has, it's very tough for Lulu to do it by herself.
Yep. Just
looking very grim for EG at this point.
Also, one thing that I was surprised about is Oriana's first item was Banshee's Veil, but it seemed to have worked out, all things considered. I'm guessing it was just to protect her from the Vlad in E, but...
Not only that, if Ezreal does engage on these fights, it stops that first Q damage with the Duskblade proc.
Oh, yeah.
So
oh, yeah, he does have Duskblade.
It was protection from that, as well as the Vlad in lane.
And now, once again, they're just going to force the fight bot while Spazzy's just in mid. And now Spazzy's dropping down. He'll be there.
This is gonna be
He'll be there before Shen.
Onto Pablo. The ultimate lands onto Kog'Maw, but the ultimate from Lulu keeping Pablo alive a little bit longer. But he's gonna go down. The shockwave from Oriana onto 3. That's a triple kill for ISO. And this is gonna be Kleenex going down next. Quadra kill for ISO. Can he pick up the penta?
He does.
That's gonna be a penta kill for ISO. The first one of the split that we've seen.
What? But once again, they're just not respecting Jibs and Bits. They were acting as if they had no engage. They had no way to force anything. They were acting as if Spazzy's not there, they're free. They can poke, they can do whatever. But they forget Jibs and Bits can hit Qs.
Amazing play out of Bubblegum to pick up their first series of the split. A 2-0 over a team that was tied for first place.